Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on bottom left side as the magenta Rus. We have whatever this symbol is. Spawn on right side as the red Abbasid Dynasty. We have LoueMT. Let's take a look at the scouts. Red scouts going around. Here is magenta scout. Does find out some wolves there. Let's see, the deer down here have not been spotted, are now being spotted now. And we got a good number of wolves being claimed by magenta as well, which actually is pretty good for magenta. And now it looks like red scout trying to pursue magenta scout, and he is going to get double teamed right there. Red scout is more wounded. Magenta needs to start going after these sheep, kill off these sheep to get some fur trade. Looks like he will not, however. We do now have a Kremlin being poured on out. And it feels like I'm about ready to sneeze, so my apologies. Sorry about that if you heard that. More lumber being claimed. Red's horseman is going around. And red is going to deny these deer over here. Magenta does find another wolf there, which is pretty good. And it looks like got the economic ring being researched as well. Magenta's going for the course to Kremlin. And does not get the kill on those sheep. Does find the wolf there. Red's trying to claim the kill there. I think red actually got the kill there. Got a bit of scout fight there. Red's scout is receiving some hits there from the wolf. Magenta is trying to get the kills there. And it looks like Magenta does get the kill on that wolf. Still not hitting these sheep. Let's go out of Cast of Vision for a moment so we can take a look at the fur trade value. Looks like Magenta has claimed up to 250, which is good. More wolves being picked off as well, and that should get him up to 300. Still needs another 200. Let's go back to caster mode. Religious statistics, overseas statistics, yeah, it's not going to be important. I was wondering if that's a way you can see the trade, the other benefits there, but we do not. We now have the fresh food stuff. Reduce the cost to reduce villages by 33%, which is pretty nice. And wheelbarrow. And the Fertile Crescent. Reduce the cost of economic buildings and houses by 25%. Not bad. Invest now to save money later. There's 2 gold mines right here. So there's 12,000 gold in this little corner here. That's very nice for this where 1 gold mine can cover both of them. The scouts are now trying to pursue each other, trying to get some good damage on in. I just remembered something as well. Need to get Rumble back up going so I can see if any chats pop up over there. Now, we also got a handful of militia not on the field. They have 25 seconds left. Trying to go for these villagers. And even just having them run away is denying doing economic damage to his opponent. We got another town center being deployed on out, trying to get some good damage onto it, at least on the building villagers. And he does, those militia does time out. Or fast forward once again. Looks like these scouts get some good damage there on this mine encampment. Spearman does get some good damage, however, on the scouts as well. It does take out one of the scouts, very nice. So at this point in time, the scouts' usefulness have definitely degraded. Scout running around. Do have a handful of walls palisade walls being deployed on out there. Of course, since the Rus has improved palisade walls. And now that boar has been cleaned on up. Very nice. Now going for a camp next to it. Now that boar is being collected. Red's now building a town center next to all these deer carcasses. Very nice, as well as defensive. Oh, that's not defensive, but a mill. Good damage there onto that early night. Or from the early night. Scout now being pursued. You have some early knights here for some early defense. I just had to read something. I always feel the fact that building a mill next to berry bushes increases their capacity or their food availability by 100, which just sort of seems funny to me. It's like, why is that even a thing? Because you go and build a mill next to them, barring the fact there's a town center. It's one of those weird interactions. Just these people, they don't want you to build towns next to berry bushes for some odd reason. That's the only reason why I could see that interaction being a thing. So I suppose it's more of their civilization benefits, because I don't think the hunting camps does the same thing as well. If we have this one down here, yep. They could have just made it so that, I don't know, they could have just made it so the mills for this faction could just, or villagers get more resources picked up per berry, I guess, rather than just do this weird interaction. We got these spearmen advancing forward with a horseman. Down here, we got these horsemen and a scout receiving some fire from the town center. And looks like Magenta has advanced to the next age. He has gotten out the monastery landmark. I'm more impartial to the other monastery, the other landmark myself. Gives some good gold generation and food generation. Food generation through a deer, gold generation through a massive aura for a hunting camp. And you place it just right, you get around at least 200 gold per minute from it, which actually is very, very sizable. Over here, we've got this wooden fortress, now we're seeing quite a bit of fire right now. There's no other defense for him at the moment. We do have some early knights, scouts, and militia now advancing forward. The wooden fortress almost down half health, but it looks like it will manage to survive. The force is trying to get the flank there. Militia still has another 50 seconds, so they will have plenty of time to start slicing away with their glaives. Also, these horse archers now up on the field. Relatively rare thing to see, honestly. You don't really see horse archers all too much. They're unique unit to Rus, which they can't fire while moving like the Magadai. And let's see, they don't offer any particular high damage, just 12 damage. Attack range is just a mounted archer to be pretty good at fighting. That's about it. It is honestly relatively rare. You don't really see people go for horse archers all too much. Or now being reclaimed. This hunting camp does provide 27 gold per minute. And how is the trade benefits? So let's switch back to out of caster mode. And he is at 375, so still needs 125. Horsemen did poke forward, trying to get some damage on in. Horse archers, one early knight, or now just knight, and one scout advancing forward. A lot of horse archers, that's for sure. You don't see them deployed all too often. And spearmen will not be very good versus horse archers, because the horse archers can kite all day. Let's get a good volley there onto that villager. Very nice. They do 12 damage each. Villagers have right now 50 health, so 5 horse archers can one-shot a villager. Or we'll just do 48 damage, so you need 2 more points of damage. Now we do have right now at Castle Age. He's gotten out, what was it? I think that was the military wing. Yep, military wing. Horsemen now trying to pursue these forces. They are going back away into the forest. And I'll do a bit of stutter stepping there. Very nice. Horse archers don't exactly have the highest pierce armor. In fact, they have 3, and the horse archers do, what, 9 damage? That's a scout. 10 damage, actually, right now. So be good damage there. We do also have 1 camel here. The camel is providing a nice debuff there. So I think it was 12. Now it is 10, as long as they're near that camel. Horse archers dealing some good damage there. They may look like they're shooting firing, but they're more or less getting knocked around in the fire animation. Keeping a couple of these camels mixed into his forces is going to be very effective. But now we've got a handful of militia advancing forward. Militia, I believe, just does... They do actually do extra damage versus cavalry. They do plus 12, so they do up to 24 damage to cavalry, which is actually pretty good. And now they're going to advance forward to hit these palisade walls. Red's turning around, trying to get some good engagement. We've got more of these knights now being pulled them out. Magenda's force is very wounded. He could perhaps give out some warrior monks to get healing. I wonder if warrior monks count as mounted as with camels. Probably. If the warrior monk gets 1 hit in, it gets a nice aura benefit for his forces. Let's keep an eye on the warrior monk, see if it does get the cavalry debuff. Horse archer's doing a good job of kiting around. His opponent's having trouble getting any solid engagement against these horse archers. You now have another wooden fortress being pulled out, as well as a mining camp. Magenda's not spreading out hunting camps around the area to get extra gold generation. He could perhaps do that. Magenta also has less villagers at the moment as well. You now have this where monk claim the sacred site. Oh, and that scout does go down. Very nice. Warrior monk is backing on off, being pursued by these forces. Wooden fortress has been built there. No lumber. No lumber camp there to improve its resource drop off. Yep, just lumber camps in town, so there's not mining camps. You have a tower deployed out here. It may look like stone, but it's not stone. It doesn't have the fortified outpost. These forces now advancing forward, trying to get a good engagement. It's a purely mounted force with 5 warrior monks in the mix. Horse archer does see a bit of fire there. Let's see if one of the warrior monks get the... Yep, the warrior monks do receive the camel unease debuff. Got a handful of ground archers here as well as a spring guard replacement. Not going for the arrow slits as well. Perhaps will get the castle turret. Archer now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on these forces. There's a handful of crossbowmen in this mix region as well. Looks like 4 crossbowmen. A nice mixed force there. 4 3-man arms is included. Down south, we got this cavalry force trying to break open through some of these palisade walls. His scout is on the other side as well, so he's able to scout out what's on the other side of this wall. This force is now trying to come to respawn. If he does break through and enter through the region, he could be potentially trapped. But this is actually his set of palisade walls there, so he can advance forward to escape. Looks like these couple of knights do get spotted there. It does get overwhelmed. Now he is aware of that massive force there. He can advance through his palisade gate right there and potentially hit this region. Militia should be about timed out. They're down to 10 seconds. We got a good number of archers in this region as well. Militia do decay right there. Now we do also have a keeping put out as well. Camels, of course, are facing forward. Archers trying to get some good volleys in. Camels have no armor. Or no base armor, I should say. 2 ranged armor at the moment. But this force is pushing pretty far in, but got these forces pushing far in as well. This Hunter Sword will go down. These camels are getting the mix. We got a big wave of militia advancing forward. Very nice. Militia have plenty of time life remaining. They'll get some good work on done, as well as these veteran archers able to pursue these forces. This force is not stopping engaging, they're just constantly running away. And now the militia are able to get some great value there, because either they fight or they die, or they fight and they die. The militia do get cleaned up. Of course, they're not the most durable of units. Archers going to be backing on off. Hunter was cleaned up by this force here, and this plain warrior wants to keep his own forces topped off the health. More archers being pulled on out. He needs to get them back on the line over here. Red does have a superior number of dojos by a small margin. And this force is starting to get cleaned on up as well. So he's gone for that, as well as the Abbey, a monster in Abbey. Interesting. Trying to neutralize that sacred site, or at least just running past it. And his force will be cleaned on up. Looks like Magenta's force falling back to the woods, getting kills a lot of villagers there, or maybe it was spearmen. And with those warrior monks in those regions, get some plenty of healing. Not sure how many of his own forces went down, but it's definitely cost effective for Magenta. This force is quite wounded as well. A warrior monk can help top off the health. That looks like a similar force he had beforehand, at least the same number of warrior monks. We do now have an outpost here, as well as a wooden fortress. And it looks like Magenta's building another mining camp on top of his opponent's carcass of a mining camp. Another sacred site will be claimed with the influence of a castle here. Wooden force has been, this is the one that was upgraded quite a bit. Also going for castle watch. Might as well go for castle turret. Then perhaps we could throw a bit of a garrison there to get some good damage output from it. The wooden fortress has a 12 attack damage, which is equivalent to many things, so he could potentially throw some units on the inside of it to get some a good damage output. That'd be 14 damage per arrow. That would be even greater than his cavalry archers. So throwing garrison inside the wooden fortress would not be half bad. In fact, in comparison to these archers, they have 9 bow range damage. The, let's see, 1.212 attack speed. Not only has a fast attack speed, but also higher damage. But granted, it does have less damage versus light melee, but his opponent doesn't really have light melee at the moment. So I would say garrisoning the wooden fortress would be a good idea. So we got another wooden fortress here, not being upgraded at the moment. Now announce advancing forward. We've got warrior monks and various forces. Cavalry archers getting some good damage over the wall, but the crossbow is doing even more damage. Veteran archers now advancing forward. I wonder as well, arrows fired. I wonder if that does include the other additional arrow emplacements that get fired out. Battering ram has been pointed out. We'll be able to deal with this stone fortification. I call it stone. It's just a stone upgraded fortified outpost. Because honestly, fortified outpost upgrade, it makes it more of a stone tower than stone towers. Because who on earth actually builds stone towers? Seriously, what are the benefits of stone towers? I'm curious if anybody's actually made some really good benefit from them. Because they can be torched down. If they couldn't be torched down by ground infantry units, that would actually make them much more effective. Oh, there's also burning oil research as well. Wooden fortress now seeing some fire. We've got a handful of battering rams pushing his way forward as well. Mangonel does fire the volleys, a couple volleys there. Has cleared out clearing around it as well. Mangonel does go down. And we do have more battery rams facing forward. I wonder, does the outposts of the Wooden Fortress do not get access to the burning oil upgrade? We got the trading ring being researched. We do have the high armory deployed out for the Rus. These access some extra siege technologies. We also got some cannon placements being deployed out into the keep. Stone Fortress cannot be upgraded with that, but it looks like this one is not being upgraded to Stone cannons. And this one's being upgraded to cannon placement, so that's where there's 2 cannon placements coming on. And massive research wave coming in for Magenta. It's going to be a long game, so positive for the economic upgrades. Maybe we'll get some good damage on these forces. Does clean up one of those horsemen. Ram's getting some good damage there onto the Palisade Gate. Good engagement by those archers and crossbowmen. Now we do have some Streltsy deployed on the field. Streltsy are, of course, an excellent hand cannoneer unit. Palisade Gate does go down. Streltsy, the longer they stand still, the higher their attack rate. So I wonder if they still count standing still if they're getting knocked around by battering rams. Battering rams start making their way through the breach. Red has his own battering rams right here. Both of they look like they're just getting repaired up, but I don't know if they're actually fully built. I don't know why it looks like they're just not fully built. Spring Gull's in the breach as well. Red's not eyeing counterattack with a large wave of spearmen. And these forces are being slowly cleaned on up. Forces are not being cleaned on up. We got a handful of battery rams here. Spring Gulls can do some damage to it, not a whole lot. They do 70 damage, so they do 20 damage per shot against battery rams. Putting some dents into them. More battery rams being poured out. Got Streltsy crossbowmen are advancing forward as well. We do now have a Culverin deployed on the field, which is a anti-siege unit. Crossbowmen and archers getting some good damage there onto the elite spearmen. The elite spearmen do have currently 2 ranged armor, not a whole lot. And now do have the elite knight upgrade, as well as the elite archer upgrade. Increase the weapon range of Spring Gulls by 2 tiles, as well as reduce the load time. While the high technology one does give an additional 0.5 tile range as well. And we captured the sacred site there, so it looks like he's captured up one. That one he won't be able to really contest. Horsemen advancing forward with some horse archers. He does have some warrior monks that mix, so he's able to kill that horse no problem. Mentioned it has a massive number of battering rams in this region. We got a handful of Mangonels all on the field. These horsemen getting hit by these archers. Castle is still firing with his cannon. This gold mine will be harassed. He can throw his villagers inside the gold mine as well. Looks like they're going to go straight for this castle. Boyar's Fortitude has been completed, so now his cavalry is a little bit more durable. They have 300 health. Horsemen have a 180 right now. And Warrior Monks gain some much needed health as well. You also now have the biology technology being researched, giving an additional plus 28% health for his cavalry, which should be very effective for both his cavalry. So no additional arrow castle turret upgrade. No organic garrisons in that tower. I don't think anybody really garrisons the towers all too much, even though technically, statistically, they will provide more damage output than foot archers. But that of course means they're immobile. Knights advance forward, trying to get some good damage there onto these elite horsemen. And it looks like these elite knights will take out the elite horsemen, no problem. Big wave of villagers advancing forward. Do have the castle here as well as a wooden fortress. The wooden fortress has not been upgraded to the castle watch. Got a pretty good sized force here. Got some Streltsy now getting overwhelmed. Streltsy do have also an excellent melee attack. What was it? They have an absurd 50 melee attack. Of course, they hit really slowly, but sometimes you just need one good strong to take out your opponent. Horsemen trying to overwhelm the spring gulls. They're doing relatively successful at that. Streltsy are now starting to get their rate of fire bonus as well. They will start gunning down all these forces. This force is actually quite wounded. They need to fall back, get the warrior monks to heal it up. Battle ram could withdraw their ire. We do also have a palisade gate here, so it should be able to retreat back no problem. The palisade gate does go down. We got the battle rams charging forward, trying to deal with these walls. More Streltsy archers in this region, with more knights being deployed out. I can also find some shots there. And these horsemen looks like will not be able to take out these Meganos whatsoever. This force has not been healed on up. Does rebuild the palisade walls there, but that should take no time to go down. Now this force is starting to advance on forward. There's still a good position for Magenta. Streltsy should be getting their rate of attack bonus relatively soon. Meganos advancing forward as well. Do have another wooden fortress being pulled now. Very nice. Nice overwhelming does take out a bombard. Bombards are expensive, and taking out one like that is very, very good. Maganel getting overwhelmed as well. The Maganel will not be saved there. This force of horsemen now advance forward, trying to deal with these traders. Now traders are rapidly going to go down right now. There's also a technology building right here, going for chemistry. Using health damage to gunpowder units by 20%. Alright, so one has own hand cannoneers. In comparison, hand cannoneers, they have the same attack speed as Streltsy, barring their attack speed bonus when they're standing still for long enough. They have the same damage, and they have no powerful melee defense attack. So and I think Streltsy are just generally cheaper. We could take a quick comparison to look there, but great damage from these traders. So far, great engagement by Magenta. Horse archers getting some good damage on in. Warrior monks getting some great healing as well. If you click on one of these archery ranges here, hand cannoneers are 120, 120. So keep that in mind as we look for a Streltsy. Streltsy are 90, so not only they're better, they're also cheaper. They may have less health. We could take a look at that next. 150, 150 with a plus 20 health modifier. And also now they do have the chemistry upgrade getting additional damage. But Streltsy should be able to get that as well. And also this fortress is going to be hunted down to the ends of the earth. See, Streltsy have 130 health as well. But that's with no bonuses. There's that hand cannoneers again. Okay, they have plus 20 health, so they have base same base health. Now, in other words, Streltsy are good. Camels are getting ripped apart by the Streltsy. Streltsy are not on the back of camels. They're not conquistadors. Great damage there onto these camels. His horse actually is quite wounded as well. Trebuchets advancing forward. There's a lot of palisade walls here for the trebuchets to use. We've got these trebuchets going a bit too far forward. They need to push over here, and now they're getting pushed the wrong way, getting wiped out there. Magenta's force will take out Red's force here, but Red's force is actually quite wounded. And not to mention, Magenta has a superior force and superior numbers. He could throw his forces inside the tower, get some arrows firing. You now have a culverin or a bombard right there as well. Over here, it looks like a couple camels hitting some villagers. Red has 49 villagers. Magenta has 115, so Magenta has less villagers. Of course, that's allowed them to pull out a larger army. But Red has a bigger army of 50. So maybe we can lose some villagers there to get out some more military units at the moment. Red is at maximum population. Magenta still has plenty of population space. Got some good damage there coming out this bombard, but looks like these infantry forces will go down. Pick up these bombards. Whoa, that is a massive number of siege units. Holy crap. Red sells some gold back home. Small deposit of 1,000 remaining. I know it's doing kind of good quality there, but though they make it overrun by these camels. There's a lot of camels and horsemen. Even too heavy in the siege, got Warrior Monks and Spearmen now advancing forward. These Spearmen are just, they're unupgraded Spearmen. There are Dark Age Spearmen. Streltsy now advancing forward. You may want to call out Militia. I think Militia will work better than Spearmen at this moment in time. There's plenty of food for Militia as well. Red's forces are starting to get a little away. He does take out these forward emplacements. Got a big wave of bombards advancing forward. Streltsy getting some good damage there. Guns down some of these forces. But Red's streaming some more reinforcements now. Magenta thinks he becomes a little bit macro. He has plenty of resources for horsemen. Might as well spam them out for the time being. He is getting a good number of knights out in the field as well. I think the regular horseman will probably be a little bit better at this point in time for his cost effectiveness, because he does not have much gold reserve left. And nor does he have traders for his gold. But he does have some good gold generation from those hunting camps, so maybe want to eye getting more and more hunting camps. Magenta's now trying to overrun these bombards now. Streltsy are advancing forward with some archer support. Bombards getting a bit of fire from these knights. We've got camels in the region. Bombards seeing more and more fire. Ray's starting to lose some villagers. He has far too many villagers. He's at 160, so he even has more last time we checked. Team cabins. This one will still provide a base of 25, I guess. Do got another round of fortified Palestinian walls being poured out. You also have some culverins to on the field. They are counterpart to the spring golds. Speaking of which, he just one-shot a spring gold with a culverin. Culverin does 102 damage to siege units, so it will one-shot many of these siege weapons, including the counterweight trebuchets. Large wave of camels being deployed now. He needs a spearman to push on forward. He does have an upgraded spearman now. He does have veteran spearman now, so it's one from Dark Age to Castle Age spearman. And And looks like Magenta does find an opening there, but of course there's some stone walls in this region, so you may want to get out some battery ramps to poke some holes in those walls. So these horsemen will escape on, push on way through. He's only veteran horsemen as well, not elite horsemen. But he has plenty of food and wood at the moment. In fact, if he were to save up a bit more gold, he could potentially go for a wonder. Chelsea now advancing forward, receives some damage there. Multiple culverins, multiple bombards right there. And looks like red Magenta is trying to hit these traders once again. Hopefully soon, also get some hits out on the siege weapons. Magenda's ground armies make it ran in this region. They get the siege weapons back, the horsemen need to start charging forward. Siege weapons are expensive and valuable, better save them. Chelsea advancing forward, not getting damage on these forces. Castle now firing away as well. I hear a bunch of stuff being pulled on out. These camels starting to get whittled down. Red does have plenty of gold generation thanks to his trade caravans. He is actually lacking food, food of all things. He has plenty of wood, plenty of gold, lacking food. Got a number of battery ramps here. The Magenta should be able to clean them up, though he is lacking a bunch of melee units there. They're trying to hit his other siege weapons, just looking for more expensive bombards. And right now, the traders are collecting wood and gold. He needs to transition to get those traders collecting food, not wood. Castle's now seeing quite a bit of damage right now. Archers and Strelts here just getting some good damage there. Well, these camel riders are just very, very durable. Infantry getting armor when near a camel unit, but Columbus is not pulling any infantry units to go along with them. More barons advancing forward as well. Got some spring bolts here. Magenta's trying to repair up this castle while in combat, and Magenta's just pouring in more and more of these horsemen. Camels starting to get whittled away, and once the camels are all gone, these horsemen will report these siege weapons in no time flat. They're starting to do some of these triple trees there. He's out some of these battery ramps. Battery ramps are still up and going. And there we go. Now these cannons are getting overran. Magenta's ran out of ground force to protect his cannons. We've got some hand cannoneers in this region, but they won't provide enough damage output. All those battery ramps are now down. We've got a massive wave of archers and spear now advancing forward. All his cannon are now down. Magenda's going to be falling back his horsemen, trying to regroup. Does have some warrior or better horsemen. Still no elite horsemen. You may want to take time to get the elite horseman upgrade. You get elite horsemen, right? Where's the stable? Yeah, you can get elite horsemen. Now it's gotten a little bit calm. Got a big wave of 4 enemies advancing forward for red. He has plenty of wood and gold incoming. He has plenty of gold right now, just lacking everything else. And it looks like these horsemen are just trying to stream on forward, trying to get some of these siege weapons, but it looks like unsuccessful. The spearmen are getting some good damage there onto these battering rams. Battering ram does get one shot there before going on down. There's got a number of anti-siege weapons here. We've got a good number of hand cannoneers in the mix, however. Horsemen do extra damage versus the siege, plus 10. So this is getting some good damage there on those siege weapons. Bombards now firing away against the castle. Batter rams received quite a bit of fire, starting to go on down. Now do got the looks of the elite horseman upgrade, or elite spearman upgrade now. Getting some good volleys there. And and Red's force does get forced some back. Magenta is claiming a bit of that gold there. He's getting out. You may want to avoid cutting down any more trees and get some hunting camps out on these various forest tiles and get some more gold generation from hunting camps. He has plenty of wood for deploying out hunting camps. He just need to take time to spend, get some of his villagers to do that. Firing away. The cannon does do 70 damage, so we can do some damage with the banner rams. We've got a good number of banner rams in this region. We've got a good number of man-at-arms as well. Elite man-at-arms which going forward. Horsemen need a target towards not the middle ones, but the end banner rams. And cannon is advanced forward, gets a bit damage there on the Magenta's forces. The keep is now set ablaze. More spearmen now being put on out. Looks like they got more raids there onto his opponent's trade, which is actually very important indeed. Canadians looks like overkilling some of these forces. Archers are not really cutting it out at the moment. These archers getting gunned down. Got hand cannoneers with the score of the camel. Increases their armor. Not sure by how much though. Currently their armor is 5 melee, 5 range, so probably a good decent amount. Magenda's infantry starting going down, but he's starting to rally with some more forces. And now got a pair of trebuchets over here as well. Battle rams have all gone down. No, they're still battle rams pushing way forward. Use the crown with the quickly squad from the militia to engage that force. Hand cannons received quite a bit of fire. These horsemen are still alive in this region. I'm not sure how much damage they did. They must have done a bit more than expected. Double time. Schultz gained the double time building. Basically, it's a sprint ability for them to hoorah around over. We also now have a handful of elite lancers here, but it's going on a good number of elite spearmen. Those are the camel aura benefit, does 5+2/+2 armor. We got a handful of strells put out by Magenta as well, trying to go for some more siege workshops, trying to replace some of the structures. Red's gold force is starting to make its way through. Magenta has a massive reserve of resources. It's lacking production. He lost a lot of production structures, so this is very important. This force will get overwhelmed there. We got more and more production here. We got a large number of production. 11 barracks. Jeez. That's still just not enough production. Get some good volleys there. There's a good number of hand cannoneers in this region. And these archers only do have base attack. Well, I suppose against 13 gets reduced down to 8 with the camel armor. And armor in total against hand cannoneers. Knights are now turning forward. We'll take out that mangonel. More, and now we've got militia being poured on now. It should be relatively effective versus these cavalry. They do get a lot of bonus damage versus them. Red's not going for some outposts as well. Mangonel needs to make a general attack move forward. And now Magenta start pushing way forward some reinforcements. Got some more battle rams here, pushing way forward, taking out some more of these fortified walls. Now his opponent is able to get more of this production. Red still has a very large reserve of food and wood. He does have only still a veteran horseman. He does have enough gold for the elite horseman upgrade. Horsemen are going to take time over on those hand cannoneers. Very nice, but battle rams is still pushing way forward. Those battle rams left uncontested will destroy those production structures, which Dynasty does still need. more and more batteries just pushing way forward. Tight of them. It does have a pretty good reserve of resources right now as well. More of these batteries are going down. Magneto push one forward, gets some decent quality down the archers. Magenta's Magneto not getting some good hits there. Does get a good hit down those hand cannoneers. Battery Ram's still pushing way forward, taking out too much of Magenta's infrastructure. He needs that production. And now we do have some gold traders here for Magenta, but they're getting killed off by these forces. This is not good for Magenta. The fact that he did not spam out his hunting cabins is really causing him some issues with gold generation. He should have plenty of gold generation from hunting camps, but he does not. Horsemen now trying to overrun these culverins, our anti-siege unit. And we've still got more of these elite lancers pushing forward. He's lacking barracks for spearman production. And Magenta does back out of the game. I would say the biggest issue that Magenta could have done better was the lack of hunting. He should have built out more hunting camps. If he would have deployed out, well, he had plenty of wood throughout the entire game, or at least in the ends parts where he needed more gold at. If he would have deployed out, say, another 20 hunting camps to get out some extra gold, he could have easily got additional 500 gold per minute through the entire last 20 minutes of the game. By the way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.